All right, we did it. Thank you, Leon.
You're welcome.
Okay, so if you have just joined us, please grab the Nearpod link. Hello, Mackenzie. Hello. Oop, here comes somebody. Leon. Hello, Emmy. Hello, Madison. And we have another friend joining. So let's get started. Okay, good. We're good to go. Good to go. Oh, it's Addie. Hi, Addie. So now, Miss Mackenzie, are you ready for our promise?
Participate, be respectful, on-time microphones muted, include full name and Zoom. Stacy, eyes on me.
Oh, thank you. Mackenzie, it was Addie's turn. I totally forgot. Addie, would you like to do it too? Or just do the calendar? What would you like to do next? Oh, she's connecting to audio. I understand now. All right. She's coming on. And then we'll have her do the calendar. How's that? Addie, would you like to do the calendar? No? It's okay if you're not up to it. Let me have Mackenzie do it, okay? All right. It's okay. Mackenzie, would you do the calendar for us?
Today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023.
Thank you. And wonderful job, guys. If you're just joining, please grab the Nearpod link in the chat, the Zoom chat, and a couple reminders. I think there are 16 full days left before the last day of school, or 12 days if you don't count the weekend. How's that? Yeah. So just a few days left. Our last day of school is the 26th of May. We have no live lessons Monday or Tuesday of next week. And Fun Fridays are every Friday at 11 a.m. in my Zoom room, and it is fun. It's about 20 minutes or so of just some fun together. And then May 14th, which is this Sunday, is Mother's Day. Please be nice to your moms. Okay, here we go. Weekly shout outs to Mackenzie for being an awesome Zoom promise keeper, Isaac for amazingly detailed responses, and Ava for working hard and getting her coursework done and finishing up her school year. Get ready for third grade. Mackenzie, tomorrow's your day, okay? Think about what game you want to play. What's our learning target today? Well, before we really get into the Nearpod, let me go over a few things. And that is, it is super important. You know how important breathing is, right? Yeah. Do you know how important eating is, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, do you know how important it is to think while you're reading? That's just as important, almost, as doing everything else you do in your life. Being an active reader means not just reading words. We're going to understand what being an active reader means to help us comprehend our work, our reading, and be able to answer questions and understand what we read. Easy peasy. So what happens when we don't think while we're reading, right? Well, let's talk about what happens. Maybe while you're reading a book, you start thinking about other things. Your brain is like a computer, it's always thinking. So maybe you're thinking about playing basketball or football. While you're reading, what are you doing? What are you thinking about other things like that while you're reading a text? Maybe you're thinking about being the next rock star. Maybe you're thinking about stuffing your face with spaghetti. And wondering when the next nap is, or when you can just relax and do nothing. Or maybe you're thinking about running away with unicorns. Or maybe while you're reading a text, you're thinking about butterflies. Yeah, chasing butterflies. Or maybe you completely zoned out and you're just zombie. You're not thinking at all. Well, that's a problem. Why is that a problem? Because while you're reading words, if you're not thinking about what you're reading, then you're no longer making connections. You're not comprehending. You're not understanding what you read. You're simply just reading random words on a page. And how is that going to help? It doesn't help. It doesn't help because what if we ask questions? What if you're trying to understand what you read? If you let your brain wander away and you're not thinking about what you're reading, then you won't understand it. He'll be like, I don't know. I don't know what I just read. Here are some reading comprehension strategies that we use and we teach our students to use while you're reading. Okay, so these are awesome little like posters, right? Little things you can put up on the wall to remind you, some anchor charts to remind you what to do to help you think while you read. Reread the text. Activate your prior knowledge. Ooh, I remember reading something like that in another text. Oh, my mom told me about that one time. Using context clues. Ooh, that word means this, so I think that must mean that. I'm understanding what's going on because I can use context clues. Infer. You know all about inference. Thinking about what's happening next, making guesses, educated guesses. Thinking aloud. Oh, this was something I used to do even all the way through college. I would read a text that was really hard, but I would actually read it out loud or think out loud or talk to a friend about it, and that would help me. It would help kind of get it in my brain and help me understand what I was reading. Summarize the story. Remember, take just the important parts. Locate key words, most important words. Oh, I know that word means this. Oh, there's an important word I need to remember, just like in your math uh, word problems. Make predictions. Use word attack strategies. We've been teaching a lot about endings, prefix, all those things, parts of words. So understanding how to sound and blend words. Visualize. Oh, everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. Imagine Mrs. Cruz stuffing her face with spaghetti. It's all over the place. It's on the wall. It's on the floor. It's on her shoes. It's on the dog. Can you see that in your head? Visualizing, seeing the pictures in your head. Graphic organizers is the next one. You can open your eyes now. Graphic organizers help you sort of organize the thoughts, write down the notes, keep them in a nice note-taking strategy so you can go and refer back to them. I love graphic organizers. And evaluate your understanding. Think about it. Here's another poster just for laughs in case you want this one instead of the first one. They're both good. And these are also strategies you can use to help you think while you read. Think. These strategies that we just reviewed help make you an active reader. Okay? How can being an active reader help you comprehend text? Being an active reader helps you, let's read through this list. Remember what you read. Make connections. Understand what's happening. Make inferences. Learn new vocabulary words. Answer questions. Think about all the questions you get in tests after you read the passage. Analyze and compare. Oh, yeah. Analyze and compare is a big one. Big, huge. And retell. A lot of kids think, oh, a retell, I'll just tell the parts that are important. No, it's everything. It's everything. Try to remember everything. Okay. So now let's put this all into practice. And I'll meet you over in the Nearpod to see if we can be active readers while we read our text. Give me just a second and I'll meet you there. Awesome. This is not a time to climb today, so we can just kind of read through the text, answer questions, think about what we read, use the strategies we learned. And the name of this nonfiction, informational text. It says informational. It might not be nonfiction. It might be fiction, but it has information in it that will help you understand something new, some facts. It's called Clever Tricks, My Pet Cloud. What? I'm going to skip to a couple of slides. Why are key details important when reading an informational text? I'm also going to remind you that being an active reader, strategies for active reading is important in this, okay? So think about those posters we went over. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to identify and discuss key details by answering the W questions. Who, what, where, when, why. Discover the main topic and describe it using key details. Let's get started. We're going to start off class today visiting a cloud. What? Did you visualize that? Over a rice field in China. As you explore, think about things you want to know about clouds. If you remember back to the poster, visualize it. Cloud. We're going to visit a cloud. Wait, over China? Make connections. I know where China is. Wait a minute. Rice? China? I love rice. I had Chinese food the other day. Oh, start making connections. It's thinking. Think. There it is. Okay, take your field trip. Anybody ever wonder where rice comes from? Look at that rice field. Takes a lot of water to grow rice. A lot. Hence the clouds and the rain. I think the rice looks like it loves that rain. Needs a lot of space, doesn't it? Okay, do we make some observations, some inferences? Thinking about what you see, talking about China. What is something that you want to know about clouds? Think of a W question. Remember the W questions? Who, what, where, when, why, how? How doesn't have a W in it, but we'll pretend it does. What is something you want to know about clouds? Give you a few seconds to enter in a response, something you want to know, that you're thinking about. Kind of want to know more information about clouds. Why are they so fluffy? What makes them? Oh, I have an answer. What are clouds made of? Love it, Mackenzie. Thank you. And by the way, I love your curls today. Who else has one? Who else has one? We're going to go on in 5. But oh, why are they so high up? Oh, Madison, great questions. I love them. I love your W questions. We have what are clouds made up of? And why are they so high? I want to know, why do they have gases in them? You remember? Yeah. It's not a liquid. It's not a solid. It's a gas, but they do turn to liquid when they start raining. Moisture. Very good, guys. Okay, I have to move on. Marvin and hi, Isaac. I see Isaac's name, but I don't see him in my window. Where is he? There he is. Hello, Isaac. Okay, I need to move on. I think those are great W questions. They help you start to make connections to your reading. It's time to read. On the next slide, you will read a story. Yeah, you are going to read a story. As you read, I want you to think about what the main topic is or what it's mostly about. Is it all about pink clouds? I don't know yet. Is it all about rain? I don't know yet. Let's find out. Also, pay attention to any key details which support that topic. After, you will think about the story and complete activities to help you understand the text. Remember to be an active reader. It's thinking. Click the arrow below to turn the page. Okay. My pet cloud.
My Pet Cloud. You might not be able to make it rain, but you can make your very own cloud. What you'll need: wide glass jar with a lid, very hot water, ice cubes, adult helper with a match, Very important. Only adults handle matches. What to do? 1. Turn the jar lid upside down and fill it with ice, or fill a plastic bag with ice to cover the jar opening. 2. Fill the jar about ½ inch with very hot water, or heat jar and water in a microwave until hot. Handle with care. 3. Have an adult light a match. Hold it over the jar briefly, then blow it out and drop it into the jar. You want smoke from the match to go into the jar. 4. Put the ice-filled lid or bag on top of the jar, completely covering the opening.
All right. Did you think about what it is? Are you an active reader? Does anybody think they understand the purpose of this? Oh, wait a minute. I went too fast. Uh-oh. Now it's going to make me slow down. Okay, here we're going to the next page.
Now watch swirls of cloud form. Let the cloud form for a couple of minutes. Then take the ice lid off and meet your cloud. It won't be round. There's not enough cloud drops for that. And it will soon spread out and disappear. But it's a real cloud. What's going on? Inside the jar is a miniature version of Earth's atmosphere. Water evaporates from...
Okay, can I say something real fast? This gentleman is reading for us. So he's reading so fast that we don't have a chance to stop and think. When you're reading on your own and you come to something that you want to think about, you can stop reading. And you can make connections and inferences and reread and learn new words, look them up in a dictionary if you need to, and then go back to finish your reading. Now, with this gentleman, he's reading so fast, it doesn't give us a lot of time to think, does it? That's an important thing for you to remember, that while you're reading, you can take a brain break and think about what you're reading.
From the warm air below and rises to the cold air above. The smoke gives the cooling water vapor something to stick to, forming cloud. No matches? You can also do this trick with an aerosol spray, like room freshener, deodorant, hairspray, or anything that sprays a fine mist. At step 3, instead of a match, spray in a quick spritz from a spray can. Not too much, just a tiny bit. The cloud will be less impressive, but it is real.
Oh, we're done. Okay. Okay, so now it's time for us to practice. Now that you've finished reading, it's time to practice finding the main topic of the text using any key details you remember from the passage. First, you will answer questions, then you will use that information to fill in the graphic organizer. And then there'll be a little quiz. So remember, the main topic is what the story is mostly about. It was not about unicorns, was it? The key details gives more information about the main topic. So think back. Who? Oh, it's a W question. Who is allowed to touch matches for this experiment? That was a key detail, wasn't it? While he was telling us that, I was making a connection. I was remembering that I taught my children when they were just little toddlers, never, ever, ever touch matches, and I explained why. So I made a personal connection to that. Did you make a personal connection for that as well? Yeah? Does anybody remember why it's important not to touch matches? Yeah? Adults. Adults should be the one to touch matches. That's right. Why is that so important? Who would like to share? Why only adults? Go ahead, Emmy.
If little kids do it, they might hurt themselves and get burnt, or even set fire in their house.
That's true. Oh, she said grown-ups. Excellent answer. And yes, it can be very dangerous. Nice work. So she not only made a connection, she has a full understanding of why adults should be the only one. Excuse me. What happens inside the jar? Draw and explain your answer. Draw and what happens inside the jar. Can't wait to see your responses. I remember that there were steps that they were suggesting we take. And after all of those steps were completed, something was going to happen inside the jar. And I think back to the title. Do you remember the title? Who remembers the title? Yeah, Emmy, go ahead.
So, what was the question again?
What was the title of the text?
It said how to make a cloud.
My Pet
Cloud.
My Pet Cloud. So the title, thank you, love, and all of those steps for the investigation, kind of put those two together. Think about what happens inside the jar. Wasn't growing a plant, was it? Anybody have any, maybe Nearpod won't let you draw today? Anybody drawing anything? Marvin, are you able to draw? Aw, I hope Addie's feeling better. Oh, look at that. I see Emmy's. It just isn't showing up for me. I gotcha. Nice. Okay, thank you. Madison, were you able to draw anything on yours? Marvin, go ahead. Oh, good. Marvin?
So what are we supposed to do?
Well, the question says, what happens inside the jar? So if you were thinking about what the investigation was about, right, and the steps we were supposed to take, understanding the meaning or purpose of this whole passage, what was going to happen inside the jar? Do you remember? What do you think it is? Go ahead.
So do I just type it with the T?
Well, let me see. I know it's not showing up, but it says draw and explain your answer. You can type it in the chat if you're unable to draw in here, but I think it's not showing up for me, but I did see that Emmy drew a jar and then she drew something inside the jar. I don't know if that's a really good picture. Hers is better. And something was happening after they dropped the match in. And the question is, what's going to happen in the jar? I know that the title said My Pet Cloud. I know that there was something along the lines of a closed jar with a match that you blow out that an adult puts in there, and there's the smoke goes in. They want the smoke in the jar. Now, do you know what it was supposed to be in the jar, Marvin?
The cloud?
Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. We had the title, My Pet Cloud. We had all the steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all of them were telling us to put the match, have an adult put the match in the jar, and we would have our own cloud form. All right, now, that you can also open this up. You don't have to take a whole lot of time on this, but can you remember some of the materials that they suggested we need to form our own cloud? Madison, do you remember any of the materials we needed? What do we need for this?
One of them was hot water.
Good job. Definitely hot water. Nice work. That was one. Who else has another one? Isaac, do you remember one of the materials we needed besides hot water?
Ice cube.
Yeah, excellent. We need hot water and ice cubes. Good work. Emmy, what else did they suggest we needed?
Hairspray or something, and
Oh,
match.
yeah.
By the way, in the picture, you forgot the water.
I know, I totally did. And you need the water because clouds are made with water, aren't they? Tiny particles, water vapor. That's right. So we definitely needed the water. Leon, what else did we need? Need something clear with a lid on it. What's that called?
It is called water using ice.
Has a lid on it. Put the lid on.
Oh, you mean the jar?
Yeah, we didn't have a jar. We wouldn't be able to do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right.
because clouds are made with liquid. Because clouds are not made with gas or liquid, or because clouds are not solid. And I would ask the cloud, "Hey, cloud, are you a solid or liquid?" And the
Thank
answer
you.
must be a liquid.
You ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Are you? Okay, go ahead and mute. Let me read it. It says, where does the cloud go after you take off the lid? What? Where does the cloud go? Who remembers? And you can open it up to double check. Where did the cloud go? Oh, I saw it. I saw it. It says, let the cloud form, then take the lid off and meet your cloud. And then keep reading. It tells you what's going to happen to it. Emmy, do you remember?
It will spread out and disappear, but it's a
It'll-
real cloud.
That's right. Excellent job. So you think about that for a minute. You can visualize that if you're unable to do the experiment. You can kind of see it happening. You open up the jar and the gas escapes, and then the cloud will just disappear into the air, right? Excellent job. Now you're thinking about it, you're making connections, you're understanding what the text is all about, hopefully. And you know the materials that you need. Oh, next question. Here's a W question. Why do you need hot water? Didn't we just talk about that? Didn't we just say why we needed hot water? Anybody remember why we need hot water for the experiment? You can open this up and find an answer. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, right here. What's going on? Inside the jar is a miniature version of Earth's atmosphere. Oh, I'm thinking about our atmosphere. Water evaporates from the warm air below and rises to the cold air above. Oh, the smoke gives the cooling water vapor something to stick to form a cloud. So why do we need hot water? What's the purpose of the hot water? Anybody? Leon, why do we need hot water?
Because it hot water makes it rises the cloud and it
Yeah,
makes it.
yeah.
And if you put ice and hot water and cotton balls in it, you might make your very own small little pet cloud.
You could, that's right. You need the warm air, the warm
Yeah,
water.
warm air, hot air.
Yep, absolutely. Good work. Now, I'm going to skip this one. Not too many people can draw on it today. So let's pause and reflect. By the way, we're almost done. Think about the questions you answered, the W questions. Who, where, when, what, why, and even how. To help you remember key details. How do these questions relate to the main topic? How did the questions you asked help you understand the main topic? Remember, as you read, it's important to ask those questions. W questions to help you understand. Now it's time to fill in our graphic organizer about the main topic and key details. I'm going to help you do this if you help me. First, we'll write what we think it was all about, the main topic. Then we're going to think of 3 key details that prove and support the main topic. Think about this as the roof, and your key details support your roof. Okay, who wants to tell me what it was all about? Somebody. Oh, Emmy, you got the fastest hand in the West. Go ahead. Or East.
Well, I do live in Brandon, so the past is
It's true.
Okay, so the main topic is how you make a cloud.
How clouds form. I love it. How clouds form. Notice it's not the title, but it does, the title did help me understand that, as did the whole investigation, the whole experiment, and the process for the experiment helped me understand that this was all about how cute little puffy clouds form. We did not know how they form. Now we do. Let's think of key details. Thank you, Emmy. Let's think of 3 key details. Oh, Marvin, can you give me one? Let's see, Addie, maybe you can remember one. Isaac, Madison, Leon. Anybody remember something important? Who remembers something important? Madison.
Only adults should handle matches.
That's right, but we definitely need a match in a jar, right? And we remember that
Right.
only the adults should be touching it. Very good. That's a key detail. Nice work. Okay, so we definitely need that heat from the match and the, yeah, I gotcha. Okay, next, Emmy.
You need water.
Water, 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 water. What kind of water did we need?
Hot water.
Hot water. Let's put some steam. How's that?
Good.
Kind of looks like drops of water. Okay, nice work. Now, who has another one? We definitely needed materials. Water was one of them. And let me just pretend to make a little list here. But hot water was super important. Without that, we might not make a cloud. Okay, what's another one? Addie, go for it.
The most important thing that you need is ice.
Yes, let's put some ice cubes in. Anybody know how to draw ice cubes? I sort of do. How's that? Ice cubes, good? I definitely need cold ice. That's right. Emmy, what's that face for?
It's a little bit looks like ice cube and a little it doesn't.
I know, it's really hard to draw on this. So we definitely have 3 key details. Some of the key details are just about the materials, right? And how they help us form clouds. So these 3 support. Whoa, wait, what's that? What are you doing? What? Wait. These details support. I don't know why it's doing that. It's being wonky. Oh, Mrs. Cruz is having a good time with this, isn't she? Go. It's, okay, just skip. The key details. They support the topic, the main topic. They're like walls that support your ceiling or your roof. Let's review and be done. What's the main topic of this text? A, you can type it in the Zoom chat if you're not, if you can't get into the Nearpod. What is the main topic? A, how to make clouds. B, how to make rain. C, how to find a friend. D, how to light a match. You guys want to show me with your fingers? Show me, show me, show me. A, was it all about how to make a cloud? B, how to make rain? C, how to make a friend? Or D, how to light a match? Show me one finger for A. Good. Ooh, Leon's got it. Addie's got it. Madison and Emmy have it. What about Marbing? How many fingers? Is it A, 1, how to make a cloud, 2, B, how to make rain, 3 fingers for C, 4 fingers for D? Good work. Okay, let's do the next one. What don't you need for this experiment? That's, what don't we need to do the experiment? Pick one that was not listed, maybe. A is a jar, B is an adult, C is paper, D is hot water. Which one of those do we not need? Show me with your fingers. Oh, Emmy's got it. C, Madison has it. Anybody else? Leon, Marvin, Isaac, what you think? Oh, they have their answers already. Guys, you're rocking. Excellent. All right, I'll just go through the rest really fast. Will this experiment work with just cold water? Nope. You guys said no. Isaac? No, it's not going to just work with cold water, is it? So B is the correct answer for number 3. 4, after you take the lid off, the cloud will get bigger, disappear, turn yellow, or smell sour. And I think it was Addie that told us it would disappear. So B is the correct answer. And the last question, why do you need an adult to help you? A, so they can light the match. B, so they can cheer you on. C, so they can call the clouds to come. What? Or D, so they can buy a jar for you. Can I remind you that in a quiz or a test, they usually have some silly answers, like kind of like silly answers, ha 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 answers. Sometimes they're just so ridiculous that you can eliminate them immediately. You can just be like, no, that's silly. Cheer you on. Ah, that's just crazy. No. So you can eliminate the answers that don't make sense or have nothing to do with the text, and that will help you choose the right answer. Okay. Now, are we done? I think we're done. We're done. By the way, you guys are amazing. Draw an illustration of the main topic. Oh, you don't have to do this unless you want to. Draw what it was all about and write a sentence describing your picture. Use information from the key details in your drawing and sentence. So this is not a time to just draw whatever you feel like it. This is an important summary, if you will. And you get to draw what it was all about and then use any key details to write a sentence. So I won't spend a whole lot of time on that, but I do like your picture. There goes Mackenzie's picture. Look at that. Hi, Mackenzie.
I drew more than that, but it's not showing up.
I'm sure you're right. And it's really hard to write a sentence. If you did the, when you're writing this, if you click the little T button at the bottom, you can actually, you don't have to write with your drawing tool. You can write a sentence.
I know, that's what I've
texting.
been doing.
Oh, beautiful. Good work. Love it. You rock, Emmy. I mean, did I say Emmy? Mackenzie. I'm sleepy today. I'll wake up in a minute. Give me a second. All right, guys. So wrapping it up, drawing or discussing, even with your parent, what the main idea is of your text helps you understand what it was all about. If you have difficulty remembering the key details from the text, you can use some of those ideas from our posters. Remember the posters that oh, look at that. Thank you, Emmy. That's so good. Yep. You can think about the posters, those anchor charts, and use some of those strategies to help you remember those key details to help you support whatever the main idea is of the text. I personally think making connections to something you knew before, some prior knowledge, or something, yeah, like you've read before, or an assignment you've done, or maybe something your parents and you just went and talked about. Those types of connections are absolutely essential to helping you understand text. How comfortable are you now retelling key details and finding the main topic, understanding that being an active reader means to stop and think while you read? Don't just keep, yeah, good, thank you. Don't just keep reading and reading and reading and reading word, 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 word. Stop and think about it. And remember what I said before about the guy who talks so fast, doesn't give you a time to stop and think? When you're reading, give yourself time to think. Would you do that? Yeah, ask yourself those W questions, make those connections, stop, make drawings if you want to. Think about what the author is saying, and this will help you answer questions and understand what you read. Oh, and another big thing, big, huge, huge. If you don't understand a word, if you either can't sound it out or it's a new vocabulary word, break out that dictionary. Ask your family, what does this word mean? It's important that you don't just read and skip over words. Learn what those words that are unknown to you, learn what they mean. Is everybody all clear? We understand what we did today? Being an active reader, will you promise to do that in your next book? Yeah? Stop and think. Ask questions. Make those connections. Learn those new words. All right, loves. Guess what? You're all done. You're all done. Hey, any questions?